Hi everyone, can you guys see me? All right guys, so I guess I'm live right now. So I'm Cheah, CEO and co-founder of Pundi, and today's live AMA is actually to talk about our Q1 performance report and also review of what we have done throughout Q1 of 2019. So let's dive into this. So the AMA today will be separated into two parts. One is actually a summary report about Pundi for the past 3 months. Next, we will dive into what many have asked, which is a Q&A session. So what we have done is that we have reviewed many questions from Reddit, from Telegram, from Twitter, etc., and also compile and also try to answer some of the more pertinent and also challenging questions that many of you have. So let's get into the first part, which is our summary report for Q1. So, ladies and gentlemen, so with this here, we have a presentation reporting our Q1 report. So let's just take a look at the Q1 report. So first of all, I would like to share with everyone one of the progress we have made, which is the launch of X Wallet. The X Wallet was a soft launch around January this year. And in the short time of 3 months, we have actually accumulated over 100,000 registered users. The significance of this 100,000 registered user is that these are all users which have passed our KYC and AML process, which means that it is just not a regular user who have downloaded our X Wallet, but in fact users that have gone through a more compliant process of becoming part of X Wallet. So we are proud to say that we have surpassed 100,000 registered KYC registered X Wallet user. This has been done in Q1 this year. Second, I'd like to share with you some of the numbers that we have registered throughout this quarter and also accumulated from last year. The first is that we have registered 3.9 million US dollar worth of outbound transaction, which means that 3.9 million worth of US dollar worth of cryptocurrency or stable coin has gone through our ecosystem outbound. Whereas for inbound, the number is much higher, at least a 10-fold difference from the outbound. So why are we sharing the outbound traffic? The outbound traffic signifies part of our commitment to the user, whereby we will be charging all this transaction a fee, whereby it will be part of the MPXS and also MPXSM token usage, which means that the inbound is actually more than 10 times higher than this number. And the outbound is 3.9 million. And the outbound are part of the fees that we can charge on the user. So we're glad to share that in the first quarter of 2019, we have registered 3.9 million outbound transaction traffic. Second, there's a number 179, which is 179,000 user. So previously we have shared, we have accumulated over 100,000 user for our X Wallet. We are glad to share that in less than a month, it has increased by another 80,000, which is close to a double number increase in less than a month. So right now, as of yesterday, we have registered over 179,000 X Wallet user. And again, these are all compliant KYC registered user. So we are proud that we have seen one of the biggest increase on our X Wallet user. So next, let's look at another figure, which is our transaction figure. So we have registered over 26,000 outbound transaction. So these are actually being created from our X-Post and also our X Wallet transaction. Finally, we have now covered over 30 countries, which means that we have X-Post live over 30 countries and X Wallet live in many, many more countries. So today we also want to share with you some of our distribution partners, some people that have helped us to distribute X-Post throughout different regions in the world. So as you can see, we have covered different regions, over 30 countries, and we want to show you some of the partners that are helping us achieve this number. The first is actually our partners in Canada. So iBank in Canada has actually bought 4,000 X-Post, 4,000 X-Pass recently. Next, in Southeast Asia, Cambodia, the Lime Network has also ordered many X-Pass and is scheduled to use 1,000 X-Post for their property development scheme project. And in Africa, we have our partner Bit2Big, which is active in East and West Africa. And Bit2Big has also ordered 5,000 X-Pass card. Another one in Africa, which is DoshX, which is active in South Africa and also Africa in general, which has ordered 5,000 X-Pass card. So these partners have actually ordered customized X-Pass card and also customized X-Post, which is delivered to them. So these are the selected distributors that we are showing to show that there are a lot of custom requirements from different companies, whether it's an exchange or it's an real life company, such as a property development company, or even companies that are focused on fine arts, such as the iBank project fine arts display. Next, one of the questions that many have asked is that, what about certification? Because many countries want X-Post to be compliant, and one of the big certification requirement is to comply with the Seee Certification, which is the European-based certification. And we are glad to say that as of last week, we have officially acquired the certification, which means that this will help us to be much more compliant with not just European markets, but also the global markets, because many of the certification compliance are actually either based on CE and also FCC. So CE, which is the European-based certification, is officially out as of last week, and our FCC approval is also in its final steps. We expect it to be also formally approved, certified very, very soon. So as you can see, this is actually the certified copy of the CE report. Next, let's just go through some other overview of the product development. First, we have made X Wallet to become a, if I may, a virtual mini X-Post, whereby merchants can also onboard themselves through X Wallet and become a virtual Xpos user, or rather a merchant, whereby a merchant can actually print out the QR code from X Wallet and paste it in front of their stores. So what this means is that another X Wallet user can actually scan the QR code that is printed and also pay through this QR code and received by the merchant on his or her X Wallet. We believe this is a very significant move, and for X Wallet user, you might realize that there's an option to convert the X Wallet that you have into merchant. So we have received many requests through X Wallet to onboard a merchant that have X Wallet app. Second, another product development that we have is actually to actually allow staking and soon conversion of our MPXS and MPXX ZAM token into FX, whether it's through staking or conversion. So for KYC approved user, you would actually see a staking option that you have, which is the screen over here. And for the conversion feature, it will be also turned live very soon next week. Apart from that, we are also working on our 2FA and also improved SMS service. Next, another product development that we are doing ongoing is token listing. As of now, we have 4 tokens on Xpos and X Wallet. So the important thing about token listing is that we expect token listing to speed up once we have this feature enabled, which allows us to partner with different tokens holder, whether it's a crypto asset token or a real life business with their own custom token. So the token listing process will have its own interface, and it will allow whether it's crypto asset company or a regular business company to submit their token for review. And once reviewed by our technical team, our token listing team, and our business team, will be able to list it. So this is now focused on the ERC20 token, but we hope to expand more offerings for the custom token listing. What it means is that soon in the future, token owners or token companies will be able to list their ERC20 and hopefully other tokens very soon using a customized interface whereby they can submit and also apply for token listing. The third one is what we call the Xpos Handy. So many of you have asked the commitment that we are creating another Xpos, which is called Xpos Handy. So the good news is that we are actually working on Xpos Handy. We're working on Xpos Handy secretly. I mean, not secretly, but rather under the radar. And in fact, Xpos Handy has already gone into production, and the first batch of Xpos Handy is already out of the factory. So in the coming 1 or 2 weeks, our team will announce the detail of Xpos Handy, and it will also be physically available, and we will share it with you. So Xpos Handy. So what is Xpos Handy? We would like to see Xpos Handy as a lighter version of Xpos. It will be lighter, more convenient, and the price point will also be more competitive. So stay tuned for Xpos Handy. Next, we are also working on something we would like to that we are referring internally as a move to try to deploy Xpos feature to the global conventional payment market. So we are talking to different payment channels. In fact, we are talking to one of the top 2 point of sales company in the world to actually get expose features into existing point of sales in the market. So not just our physical hardware expos, but hopefully we can also work with existing point of sales company to actually port some of our software into the point of sales. This is a great suggestion that the community members have suggested, and in fact we have been doing this, or rather approaching and discussing with all this company for months. So we will try our best and also get talk with this company, and hopefully we will also see expose feature, buying and selling of crypto asset feature live on traditional point of sales, or also financial payment services. So these are some of the product development that we're working on, and as it matures, we will announce it with the community. Next, some of you have asked, and we have announced right now our token removal schedule. So these are some of our token removal schedule, and the point, or rather the objective of this token removal schedule, is to make ourselves more transparent, to share with you when our quarterly token removal announcement will be and when the token removal will happen. Of course, it is still subject to the final schedule, but these are the references that that we can all follow, and we will try our best to stick with it so that we have a in time and up-to-date token removal schedule every quarter. In fact, oh yes, in fact, for the token removal schedule for Q1, so token removal schedule for Q1, the exact numbers, how many tokens will be removed, will be announced on the first week of May. And the tokens will be removed on the second week of May. And the token removal of happening on the second week of May will also include token removal from the conversion. The conversion happening scheduled for the 16th of April will include converting NPXS and NPXXM into FX token. Once the token is converted, it will also be part of the token removal schedule. So what it means is that the token that will be removed, that is scheduled for removal on the 2nd of May, will not only include token removal of export and expansion, it will also include the removal of token from the conversion. So this concludes the first part of our AMA, which is our Q1 report, progress report, and also some of our forward-looking product development that will happen in the next quarter, which is Q2. Next, let's look at some of the questions that the community have asked. There are a lot of questions, in fact, the community have asked. So let's just try to go through them one-on-one. And because there are so many questions involved, what we have done is that we have actually summarized it and also categorized it. So the first category will focus on expos, questions that relate to expos. The first question comes from the Twitter handle GH855, and also the Reddit handle Calabu, and also Nitram. The question goes, how many live working expos are there in the world right now? Understand that the plan was to have 100,000 in 2021, but the recent news is only talking about someone may buy a 1,000 expos here, or several hundred expos there. So the Twitter handle also asks, is the delay in scaling Expos because of the license which PuniX doesn't have yet? If yes, when can we expect it to be approved or denied, which relates to the certification? So the truth is that the pickup rate in Q1 isn't moving as fast, partly due to the bear market. As you know, the bear market has been very serious and it has also affected our Expos deployment. Another contributing factor, which some of you are well aware of, is that we have been working on very hard to acquire relevant certification, FCC, CE, and also country-level certification, as this is a primary requirement by most government for major rollouts. And we are pleased to announce that the Expos has been officially certified, as we have mentioned. In fact, it is the world's first blockchain-based point-of-sale device that has been given a CE certificate. And with this, we will begin to accelerate the Expos compliant rollout in different markets and increase activation rate. For example, in Dubai, we're working with the local bureau and the ministry to apply for an approval with local regulatory based on our CE certificate. The same goes for markets such as Korea, which has its own KC certification. So these are also based on the CE certification that will be referenced. So yes, a lot of things has been moving behind the scenes, and one thing that is clear is that whatever we do, it is to play the long-term game. Hence, we have to make sure that what we are doing are all relevant, require certification for Expos before we take it to the next level, especially with major big companies and the government. Next, by the same handle, how many Expos transactions by coins have been done so far since the start? So as we have mentioned, the Expos and X Wallet have handled a total of 3.9 million USD outgoing transaction in Q1. The incoming transaction, which is transaction coming into Expos, X Wallet, and XPass, is actually easily 10 times the number. We are recording 3.9 million because one, we want to be conservative. Second, this is the true reflective number of the ecosystem when user transact out. So 3.9 million is transaction from our ecosystem out to external ecosystem. Next question is that from Twitter handle Hamud Dubai and also Rod. Will there be a major partnership such as with Uber or Amazon to use Expos? Any strong partnership in the works for the Expos? And any upcoming big deals for the Expos like Starbucks, or did PuniX ever get in contact with Kroger? The answer is, as always, similar to most business deals. Due to the confidentiality agreement, we do not comment on major partnerships until it's firmed up by the counterparty. One thing for sure is that we're working hard to engage established global enterprise with a large distribution network and footprint. In addition to that, we are also exploring with the expansion of our Expos solution footprint by integrating, as we have said, Expos software solutions into one of the top 2 point-of-sale manufacturer. In fact, we will share the process and details once we have completed the testing. Next, from Twitter handle CryptoPam and Reddit handle Avron. Any updates on PuniX collaboration with Dubai government? Yes, we are in active talks in getting Expos certified in Dubai. And now the Expos has the Seee certification, which is the base certification for many things, and it will certainly accelerate the approval process in Dubai. Next, Twitter handle, again, Kalabu, and Reddit, PundiX man holder. When is the Expos capable of handling credit card payment? We have reached out to many payment parties that can provide and activate these services. And as we know, getting the approval of crypto support from these payment gateways are always not easy. What we have done, what Pundi X have done, is that our business team and I have reached out to many of these people, including meeting the CEO of MasterCard, Mr. Ajay, in person. In fact, we have showcased him our expos, and from what I can tell, he was impressed. So hopefully we can do something from there as well. Next, Twitter handle Joker10 asks, when will you add XRP to Expos? The Expos is actually a digital currency neutral device. What we have done is that with the token listing process, we will be speeding up many token listing on ERC20 custom tokens. When there's enough demand and a real need from different organization and company, we will not hesitate to add more tokens and coins to our Expos ecosystem. Next, question from Twitter, Crypto Alex. When will the Expos have WeChat, Alipay, Samsung, and Apple Pay? So, as we all know, Expos itself is hardware ready for these payment methods. To activate this device, we will be required to comply with the local regulations of different jurisdictions and work with the different providers of payment gateway and to get them to support crypto. So again, this is an ongoing process, and many of these are actually done under the radar for many months already. So please stay tuned, and we can announce any partnerships once it's firm up and confirmed by the counterparty. Next, again from the same Reddit handle, Calibu. Can we get a merchant map similar to Bitcoin ATMs? Well, our communication team is working on this. In the first phase, we will have a list of featured merchants. We are targeting to have a light version of the featured merchant map ready by end of May. We're finalizing the name, we're choosing the featured merchants, and we will be releasing what we will be calling it XMap, where you can locate your favorite Expos merchant and the selected X merchant throughout the world. Next, the Reddit question by Maximilian. Does Pundi X have plans to support stablecoin? This is a discussion that many have suggested also in our Telegram group. In fact, if you are a merchant, our Expos merchant already have access to the stablecoin feature. And for regular customer, the options to have stablecoin is not yet available. However, we foresee turning on this feature very soon for regular consumers on Expos. Next, questions from Reddit handle Calibu again. China and Thailand should be supplied with Expos with some partners. The news was big, but that's over a year ago. What's the situation on these two key markets? So, for China, China's stance against cryptocurrency is still a no-go. And the news that was mentioned a year ago refers to our licensed distributor called Expos. And Expos, in fact, has kicked off the event a year ago where the former Minister of Foreign Affairs of Thailand, Mr. Prachop Chayasan, was one of the attendees. Expos is our local licensed distributor, and I believe they're still in discussion with the local governments and pending the environment to change in China. And in regard to Thailand, we are in talks with possible partnership in the market. So please stay tuned. Again, questions from Reddit. What are the current legal issues Pundi X is facing in US, Germany, and Canada? Regulatory bodies are still ambiguous about their policies towards cryptocurrencies. As previously mentioned, we will continue to monitor the situation in different markets and be compliant so that as soon as there's clarity, we will be in a prime position to move in. In fact, We're talking to many distributors in these key markets. Recently, our trip to US with our business team, we have also struck out many possible deals and many ongoing deals with distributor in North America. Questions from Twitter, I am AKJ. When is PuniX expanding to India? I was at your Mumbai meetup, but we are still waiting. The answer is that we're still waiting for the permission from RBI because RBI has not approved crypto usage yet, and hopefully RBI will be giving the green light soon so that we can quickly deploy in India, because India is one of the key markets that have great interest in XPOS, XPass, and also XWallet. Next, from Reddit, again from Kalabu. Long time before the ICO, the pre-sale stage, PuniX said that they have a working product and then give out XPOS for free. After enough fund raised, ICO got capped and more fund was raised. Then XPOS got remodeled and went on for sales. What happened with the initial idea of giving 10,000 devices out for free? As previously mentioned, pre-public token sales participants from our token sales who have purchased more than 30 ETH are entitled to a free XPOS. In fact, if you are one of the entitled owners and you haven't claimed yours, please reach out to us. Also, in our pipeline, and many of you that are close to the community knows, we have worked with different nonprofit organizations, and we will continue working with many nonprofit organizations. And when the time is right, we'll be able to announce it. And part of the key objective is to provide free or lease XPOS for the usage so that it will be beneficial for the community. Questions from Twitter handle Black McManny. When will you add a stablecoin to XWallet? So yes, we will. Someone has asked the same thing about XPOS. It will likely be added around the same time for XPOS, XWallet, and XPass. And as XPOS merchant knows, the stablecoin feature already is part of the merchant payment system. Next, again from Twitter, Hamad Dubai. Can we add the bank transfer to XWallet, basically to liquidate on the XWallet and sending money to my bank account? This is actually a personal favorite feature of mine. It is actually on the top of my wish list. So in order to support fiat, we need to have either a payment services license, a e-money license, or a stock value license in the jurisdiction that we want to support the particular fiat. So say, for example, if it's in Euro, we will need to apply for a license or lease one via a partner in Europe for this to work. We're definitely working and exploring the different possibilities, but we are unable to elaborate more or when it is happening, and this also requires talks with the different local jurisdiction. But rest assured, this is a favorite feature of mine, and if possible, we will push it ahead ASAP. Next, from Twitter handle Crypto Wars. Turkish holders would like to ask, when can we partner with MasterCard and Visa and integrate into XWallet? As mentioned earlier, we have reached out to various parties that might be able to activate these services so that not just Turkish users, but global users will be able to enjoy it as well. Next, let's just move from questions about XPOS and XWallet to plans to a category whereby we categorize it as a Q3 and Q4 plan. The Twitter handle Miran Guten asks, what's the plan for Q3 and Q4 this year? So I would like to summarize it in a broad manner of 4 separate categories that we are focused on. One is the developer ecosystem. The developer ecosystem allows traditional and tech companies to onboard themselves into the Xpos and X Wallet system, such as listing their custom token, advertising, and etc. These services will require the usage, obviously, of MPXS and MPXFZ token. So the developer ecosystem is a key focus to onboard custom tokens by traditional companies, tech companies, or even crypto blockchain companies. This is the first focus that we are working on, the developer ecosystem, which includes documentation, toolkit, and helper guide. The second is partnership. Our focus is actually to partner with incumbent real chain store payment companies, incumbent point of sales companies that have deep distribution network to help expand the reach of Xpos, X Wallet, and XFast beyond the crypto community. This is our second focus, which is real life partnership with deep distribution reach. The third is government level effort. We have started off with Dubai, and since then, several other governments have shown interest. We are unable to comment which government are those, but we see this as an opportune time to engage forward-thinking governments to build a blockchain ecosystem in their countries, in their cities. And the fourth focus is really our team. We will continue to invest and grow our R&D capabilities as they represent the heart of PundiX. In fact, we are looking at expanding to R&D into 3 main offices. One, to our existing Singapore HQ office. Second, to the office which I'm sitting right now, which is our Taipei office. Expanding R&D capabilities to our Singapore office and our Taipei office. So if any of you in our community knows friends that are solid programmers and developers that would like to work in our Singapore office or Taipei office, please reach out to us. And we ourselves are also actively engaging and reaching out to people in these 2 offices so that we can expand our R&D capability. The third one is possibly a yet to exist R&D office, hopefully in Central and Eastern Europe. We do not have an office there yet, and we have not identified which country that will be. But our hope is that we can establish a R&D office in Europe. And if there are also people or even existing teams that are interested to be part of PundiX, please reach out to us. We are actually looking for many looking for non-R&D talents. For example, we are looking for financial people in our Singapore office, Jakarta office, or possibly in Hong Kong as well. Financial people such as financial controller, people that are well versed with bringing PundiX to the next level in the financial market. For more information on people we need, whether it's R&D, non-R&D, communication people, please check out our Join Us webpage on our website, and there are many openings. If you cannot find a specific openings, but you think people that you know or you yourself, just shoot us an open email. And as a startup, I think the key growth is actually the people. So please look at it and let us know. The third category is actually one that is being heavily discussed. So we talk about Xpos. Second category is our Q3 and Q4 plan. Next category we want to move in for our AMA is the MPXS and token removal plans. So questions from Twitter handle John Matrix and Chris946 and Reddit handle Billy. What is the quarterly token removal from MPXS usage of the expos and the burn amount for Q1 2019? So, good question everyone is asking. Some holders may be aware that token removal include the results from the conversion for Q1. The amount of Q1 token removal will be announced in the first week of May, as we have said, and we will execute the removal in the second week of May. PundiX have mentioned a monthly coin burn and a monthly buyback. Why hasn't this happened yet? So the answer is it is not a monthly coin burn or a monthly buyback. It is a quarterly token removal. So we will do this, both of this quarterly. Next, people feel that the current token burn isn't so transparent as many wish. What can be done to improve this process and make it more transparent? The biggest upset was after Ultra Festival, where PundiX just wrote, we're not allowed to talk numbers. Could that be a daily or weekly ticker? Is that possible? So again, a good question. While a daily ticker might be challenging, we certainly can try exploring incorporating a ticker update towards all token removal or schedule for the next one. So thank you so much for this suggestion, and we will try to see if we can incorporate a ticker update for the periodic progress. Next, again by Twitter handle Myra Guten. So he said, Zach, you have previously mentioned that someone was trading against MPXS. What do you guys do about this problem? This is a serious question, and the answer is there are always trading team, market makers, financial institutions that profit from the drop and rise of token price in the crypto market, and it is not something unique to MPXS. In fact, the traditional market has similar challenges as well. The traditional financial market, the share market. What we are doing is that we have taken the ethos of the best defense is a good offense strategy, which is that we will continue to strengthen our tokens usage and our token liquidity, create more use cases, drive more adoption, go for more distribution to ensure that our tokens are well positioned and stronger than ever, because this will always happen in the financial market, whether it's the traditional financial market or the crypto financial market. So what we can do best is to make MPXS and MPXSM use case stronger than ever, so that it's more liquid, it has stronger demand, and this will be our best strategy to counter such phenomena. Next, again from question Hamad Dubai. Why do you not have great marketing and generate publicity for MPXS and advertise on television station in major and different countries? I generally see marketing as a very important in the first degree to the company's success, and I hope to see real partnerships. The answer is we rarely, if at all, engage in paid partnerships, and it doesn't necessarily produce the best ROI in terms of investment and this market condition. We believe in financial prudence, and being at a decentralized environment, we consider ourselves a community-driven company. The impact of organic press driven by our community is always stronger. We do want to see it as in all major news channels, and we will do it via thought leader brand building. As a testament to our growing reputation, in fact, recently we were invited to speak at a closed-door FinTech Idea Festival event, and we shared this to be on the same stage with executive and CEOs from Wells Fargo, CEO and CTO of Bank of America, and other big, large institutions. In fact, this has been broadcast via CNBC. And if you're interested, check out CNBC on YouTube, and you will be seeing all the public figures. And we are very fortunate as a startup to be part of this event. And we really see this as a right step forward in growing our brand appeal to the masses. Organic, community-driven effort. Next category on our AMA is about the QEX fund. Any updates on the QEX fund? The QEX fund is led by Vic Thum and also Feng Chao, the CEO and COO of Quantum Energy Assets Management. And also, apart from being CEO of QEAM, running the QEX fund, Vic is also Pundi's Chief Investment Officer. So we're still in the midst of book building, fundraising, and analyzing potential projects and companies and strengthen the portfolio for QEX. It's an ongoing effort for this year and a very exciting one. We're extremely excited to see potential breakthrough projects that could benefit our ecosystem via QEX. And if anyone has more detailed questions, please reach out to Vic and his team about QEX fund. Next, let's talk about AMA on FunctionX. We have a question from our friend Billy. What is the update on developer program for the FunctionX ecosystem? I've met Billy in person, and he's a passionate developer, designer, and can't wait for the FunctionX developer ecosystem. So many developers are eagerly waiting. We're working on it right now. We cannot commit on the dates yet, but developer support is a big part of our ecosystem. Some of you know that we are working tirelessly, and sometimes our developers are working sleeplessly to get this out. Question from Twitter handle CryptoRankle. Did you use investor token funds to develop FunctionX? And instead of giving 65% of FunctionX token to MPXS and MPXSM holders, you are getting them to choose between MPXS and FX. So, as you know, the 65% of FX distribution is actually for MPXS and MPXSM token holders, whether via staking or conversion. FunctionX and PundiX are two independent, separate projects with teams working on it. Also, we feel strongly that in order for Expos to flourish, FunctionX will play a key element for Expos to grow further. The FunctionX Foundation will be announced in Q3, and this contains the FunctionX team. We hope that the FunctionX Foundation team will be a pleasant surprise and form a very solid team to grow the FunctionX ecosystem. Again, question from Twitter handle Hamad Dubai and Twitter handle CryptoPeer. Will PundiX be less focused on MPXS once FX goes live? No. We think it's mutually beneficial. If I may use, for the lack of analogy, an analogy by Google, FunctionX and PundiX is like Google search and Android. One product will lift the other up. Or, again, for the lack of an analogy, it will be like salt and pepper. With a combination, it will drastically improve the taste of a particular dish. Question from Reddit Raptoral. What is the relationship between FunctionX coin and the future MPXS FX token? Is the former used in the FX token, for example, Xphone, and the latter used in Xphone's ecosystem? If so, would buying something using Xphone going to burn FX token, MPXS FX token, or both, or none? So the answer is, think of the role of FX coin like how Ethereum is. Everything or any service that takes place on FunctionX will be required to use FX coin. For MPXS, which will be ported to the FunctionX blockchain once the FunctionX mainnet is up and running, the utility remains the same. Any payment services or payment activities on the FX FunctionX blockchain token, or in fact, any blockchain that uses our payment activities will require MPXS, which on the mainnet will be tentatively called the MPXS FX token. So in short, FunctionX coin will power the FX mainnet ecosystem and usage, and MPXS will be powering the financial services on FunctionX or any blockchain's financial service payment. Next, again, question on the FX token by Reddit handle Crypto Wars. For FX tokens, the lockup period is 1 year and it is too long. Can we change the option to shorten the duration? The mechanism in place has been designed for the long term. So unfortunately, we cannot change the option. User has the choice of whether to convert his MPXS or MPXS token or not to. If a user chooses to convert, he will receive 12% immediately and 8% each month for the next 11 months. Question from Twitter handle Teen Man and Reddit Lost Dragon Balls. Will FX be available to those who couldn't stake or convert? Will it be before the stake period end or after? When will FX be available to purchase on an exchange for those in countries who were not available to stake? Will it be during the staking period after? Soon, we hope. And as per our policy, we are unable to comment on listing dates. But with the established relationship we have with exchanges, we do hope that it will be a quick one. Reddit Crypto Hole asks, we were all impressed by Uber dApp demo running on FX, but these days with Tron and EOS getting a lot of press about dAppSoup, what advantages will FX have over those platforms? Well, each platform has its own advantages. We welcome competition and hope that we hope that more dApps will be available and more of the world's first dApps, such as the ones that we have rolled out, the centralized Uber app, can be conceived on FunctionX. Next, from Reddit Ether Hops. Why is there no cap on FunctionX token? Will you explain how the tokenomics work? So many of you have asked about tokenomics. I would strongly encourage people to have a look at our concept paper on functionx.io and also the Medium blog post at the details I explained thoroughly on the concept paper and the various Medium blog posts that we have posted. Questions for Reddit Remco88. Have you already secured deals with other companies like Sony, Samsung, etc. with the FunctionX OS to build blockchain phones? Or do you plan to keep the FunctionX software to just 5,000 phones you have already made? Well, the answer is the 5,000 X phones is just our launch branded Pundi X phone. We want to partner with hardware and smartware companies and telcos to build their own version of Pundi X blockchain phone, which will be branded perhaps under their own name. And we are still working hard to engage this company to push for the future of blockchain phones and strengthen our FunctionX ecosystem. And as per our policy, we will only be able to comment it when the counterparty announces it. Questions from Reddit Cool NFC. Will the X phones work as a mobile point of sales M-Post device like Xpost Handy? Well, the Xpost come pre-installed with X Wallet, and with that, it can double up as a light version of Xpost with QR code and NFC support. In fact, this is something that some of the merchants are already using, printing out a QR code from their X wallet once they're verified as a merchant and using it for transaction. So like a mobile point of sales. So when will Xpost Handy be ready? Xpost Handy will be ready very soon. In fact, the factory have produced it, and we hope that we will announce the results, the announcement of Xpost Handy very soon in the coming few weeks. So, ladies and gentlemen, this sum up the various and many AMA questions that have been asked through the social medium, Reddit, Telegram, Facebook, Instagram, and many more. So we hope that we have tried to answer as many questions as possible, if not most of them. So we have covered our quarterly progress report and also what we'll be doing in Q2, Q3, and Q4. And we have also attempted to answer many of the AMA questions. So once again, thank you so much for really supporting us throughout the journey, especially early token holders. And this year, next quarter, we look forward to building more business use case, real life rollout, and stronger partnership with companies that have deep distribution networks. So guys, thank you so much. And this is all from Pundi X, and have a great Friday. Thank you guys.